Welcome to the podcast for Brain and Courtlin in the morning on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. And this is My Dirt from Justin Moore. Good morning, it's Brain and Courtlin, and that dirt got wet. How about those showers and storms that moved through yesterday?
Yes.
The cloud to cloud and sometimes cloud to ground lightning was incredible.
Yeah.
If you were out and about and had a chance to view that.
I went to Pickle Palace last night for one of our coworkers' going away parties. And as I was leaving, it started to rain, and I saw lightning light up all of downtown Cedar Rapids. And I'm like, ooh, I better get to my car.
Yeah.
And then Tater and I were cuddling on the couch for a little bit, and I had to turn up the TV because the thunder was so loud.
It really was. It had been so long since we had any, real measurable rain, and then to have it like a genuine thunderstorm. We only had to wait till almost November to have another storm. So
it was nice. It was kind of nice.
It was. I think we all missed what rain brings. Unfortunately, in fall, rain and winds mean the end of the leaves on the trees.
Yeah.
So get ready for that mess to be on your yard.
It did look like it was raining leaves in my backyard yesterday when I got home from work.
Of course, at least in our neighborhood, since the derecho, my need to rake leaves is almost negligible because we just don't have a lot of large trees in our neighborhood anymore.
If you're feeling really sad about it.
Are you saying it's not the same at your house?
You can come to my backyard where when all the leaves fall off the trees, it just looks like an ocean of leaves.
It's just all leaves.
You literally cannot see the grass underneath. And you know how big my backyard is. So there's no reason for me to ever attempt. I've never, in the 5 years that I've lived here.
You've never raked your leaves? Never
raked the leaves. Not once. I don't have any trees in the front yard, so I don't have to worry about the front yard.
Yeah.
But the backyard, it's just so many leaves that it would take a crew of like 15 people.
So, and you'll have to remind me how the yard waste situation works in Cedar Rapids.
Why are you asking me?
Well, because you live in Cedar Rapids.
I mean, I have a yardie, but I don't know what the leaf pickup thing looks like because, like I said, I've never done it.
I thought that you folks in Cedar Rapids just get to rake your leaves to the curb.
I know I've heard
this
something.
Machine comes by and sucks them all up.
Oh, so you want me to rake my leaves all the way from the backyard?
I'm not saying that.
So you want my front yard to be a mountain of leaves?
I think you gotta be careful though, because a large amount of leaves like that, for too long can kill your grass.
Well,
but clearly it hasn't in the 5 years you've lived there. So.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm not raking. I will find a picture because I think a year or two ago I took a picture of what my backyard looks like when it's covered in leaves.
Yeah.
There is no yard anymore. It's gone.
I remember those days when we had the old walnut tree before it fell in our house during the derecho.
Don't worry, I have one of those. If you really need some walnuts, you can come by.
They're awful. It's the worst tree God ever made. Period. End of story. Not only do you have the leaves, but then every other year, it's walnut hell. It's awful. It's just the worst of both worlds.
2022, this is what my yard looks like.
Yeah, no,
and that is one small segment.
Yeah, that's what our backyard used to be like, and then, you rake it.
No.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry, you've got a team of 5 who can rake your yard.
I didn't used to. I used to have to do it. It was just a team of 2. So.
Well, I'm a team of 1. Tater does nothing to help around the house or the yard. So
you're in the prime of your life. Grab a rake.
Oh my God! Get out! If you want my yard raked so bad, you can come over and do it, friend.
I really don't. It's Brain and Courtlin at K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk with Tyler Hubbard. And back then, right now, it's Brain and Courtlin. Coming up at 7:10, one more chance to pick up tickets to see Parker McCollum in Cedar Rapids before you can buy them. That's the key.
Yeah, they don't go on sale to the general public until Monday.
Yeah.
Although I know there is a pre-sale. I think that begins today.
A little later on this morning.
But that's okay. You don't have to do the pre-sale. You don't have to do the sale.
No.
If you win free tickets.
You just have to sing. I know some people out there going, sing. I'd rather do the sale.
But listen. You don't have to sing well. No. You just have to, A, make your voice go up and down, and B, get the right lyrics. That's it.
I just remember the scene in Elf when, he talks about moving.
Singing.
Yeah, he's making his voice move up and down. That's all it is. So get the lyrics right, sing the right verse, and you're going to see Parker McCollum. We'll play karaoke again this morning at 7:10 with your country concert leader, K-Hawk. Cedar Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. And Kiss Tomorrow. Goodbye from Luke and Brian. Good morning. It's Brain and Courtland. Welcome to a Friday morning in this bizarre example of how sometime life will imitate art and vice versa. I don't know if you've watched any of the shows or documentaries involving the Menendez brothers. I've watched the documentary that came out a couple of weeks ago. Definitely worth checking out on Netflix. But now, I don't know if you saw the announcement from the district attorney in California.
I did.
They're recommending that the Menendez brothers be resentenced.
And eligible for parole.
And paroled immediately. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see if that happens. But
kind of a crazy story there.
It is a bit of a crazy story. What's something new you're checking out? You said you watched something new?
Okay, well, I first want to say that I am officially done with The Haunting of Hill House. I actually beat you because you finished episode 8 last night.
Yes.
So you still have 2 more episodes. I was done 2 days ago.
Now, to be fair, I am watching it with Holly, and so
you have to wait.
I have to wait for her.
Yeah,
and
I get it.
You know,
being in love and all that.
It's got nothing to do with love. It's got to do with retribution. If I watch an episode without her, she's going to be so angry. And I'm not one of those people that will go back and watch an episode when I already know what's going to happen. I want to experience that with that person. So,
well, especially when you get a jump scare like you did last night.
Dude, it was Holly screamed out loud in utter terror.
I thought you were the baby.
I am a baby. But last night she was the baby. And we went to pick up Carly. And I say we from work last night because Holly refused to drive in the car alone. That's how scared she was. Mike Flanagan, well done, my friend.
I was talking last night to some of our coworkers, and I think I'm going to do Bly Manor next. And then what's the third one?
Midnight Mass.
No, but isn't there another one aside from Midnight Mass? Aren't there 4 Mike Flanagan programs on Netflix?
He also directed the movie Gerald's Game.
Oh, yeah. She was talking about that as well.
Which I have also seen. Very well done.
Well, let me tell you what movie arrives on Max today, Brain, because I think you and I are both going to want to watch it this weekend.
Okay.
Do you remember that M. Night Shyamalan movie that came out a few months ago? Starring Josh Hartnett?
Oh, yes, the one about the serial killer.
Trap?
Yes.
It's officially on Max today.
Oh, that's a must-watch this weekend.
100%.
Yes.
It didn't get the best reviews, but I thought it looked so interesting.
I thought the premise of it, just by watching the first trailer that came out, I was like, I'll watch that. Absolutely, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
And to see Josh Hartnett play such like a creepy, an evil character.
Yeah. So I'm excited to watch that. Also, one of my favorite shows debuted a new season this week, and that is What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes.
So I watched the first episode of that last night, and I got to tell you, I'm going to be so sad when this show comes to an end. I believe this is the last season.
Is it going to be the last one?
I'm going to be so sad because what a ridiculous, insane, stupid, but hilarious show. It's such a good, weird show. For those that don't know, is it a mockumentary about vampires? Yes, vampires that are really old, living today, right? Today. Okay. And they all live in a house together, and it's definitely an R-rated show, for sure. Not something you can watch with your family around, especially if you have young kids. But it's just one of those shows where they don't take themselves too seriously. It's just ridiculous in the best way. I like the fact that there are still original shows and projects being produced. You know, not everything's a remake or a reboot. There's still some just silly, fun, crazy ideas floating around. I do believe this show was inspired by the movie What We Do in the Shadows. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Speaking of vampires, I don't know if you saw this announcement, though. One of my favorite movie directors, Christopher Nolan, who directed Oppenheimer and a whole bunch of other great movies, the Dark Knight trilogy. He has announced that he is making a movie. It will star Matt Damon and Tom Holland, and is reportedly a vampire movie set in the 1920s. How crazy is that? Well, did you see Mike Flanagan's going to be doing a Carrie remake, but it's going to be a series, not a movie? And that's going to be on Amazon Prime and not Netflix. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm all for that. Anything that Mike Flanagan's attached to is going to be good. So spooky content. It's that time of year, folks. Watch something scary. It's Braden Courtland at K-Hawk. For one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Chris Stapleton and White Horse. Good morning. It's Braden Courtland. Welcome to a Friday. Hello. Yesterday, Courtland,
stop by this brand new restaurant. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called the Pickle Palace.
Well, they opened a few months ago.
I'm being facetious. Of course they did. I've only been there one other time. And I met Holly there for lunch once, and we ate at the restaurant in the lower level of the Pickle Palace, which I believe is where you were at, right?
Yes. I have not gone up to the second or third floor yet, but I just can't believe it took me this long to go to Pickle Palace, which is right down the street from us here at the radio station. But we had a going away party to go to last night, and that's where they wanted to go. So I was like, let's do this.
What did you think? And by the way, Pickle Palace right next to the new Big Grove. Of course, that big development over there in downtown Cedar Rapids.
Well, I will say I'm not a huge fan of the parking situation over there, having to park in that big lot and cross the street.
It's a challenge.
But I will say the food was very good. Mm-hmm. And there were like 8 other things on the menu that I wanted to try. And everything that we saw get brought out to other tables also looked incredible. Yeah. I ended up getting the green goddess bowl because I wanted something relatively healthy. But then I also got the fried cheese.
Way to balance it out.
Okay?
I want something healthy, but bring me fried cheese on the side.
And I'll tell you what, I'm eating my leftovers for breakfast this morning. And I think I like the green goddess bowl even better cold than I did warm.
She's a dish better served cold.
They're both good, obviously, but it has like quinoa and broccoli and all sorts of stuff. But there were some very non-healthy things on the menu that I wanted to try.
Absolutely.
Their version of the famous bowl, which sounds so good. We also tried the frickles. The fried pickle.
Yes, we had frickles when we were there as well, and they were very good. I had a sandwich of some sort, and I can't remember which one it was, but I remember looking at the bowls on the menu and being like, I definitely want to go back and try some of those.
And did you see the wings, too?
I did not see the wings.
Oh, my gosh. Somebody at the table ordered wings, and they looked and smelled very, very good. I also heard the brisket sandwich was pretty bomb, too.
Yeah, I love that whole facility over there, the Pickle Palace.
I've never seen anyone play pickleball before.
Okay.
So that was my first time experiencing pickleball.
So when we were there were people preparing to play pickleball, but I have not yet seen anyone in person play either. So.
Oh, every court was full up while we were there last night.
Yeah, I know when we were there earlier this year, they were just completing the outdoor courts. Mm-hmm. They're mostly indoor courts, but there are a couple of outdoor ones you can play on too when the weather permits. So.
Yeah, well, it was raining and lightning last night.
Yeah, the weather did not permit. So.
Nobody was outside playing in the dark. But what a cool place. A cool addition to the downtown area.
Yeah, and I haven't been to the new Big Grove yet. I've had some friends though who have gone and enjoyed the patio area out there.
So nice. They got a stage back there now too.
What an unbelievable space. Just they got fire pits. They've got just wonderful places to hang out and sit. And I know we're kind of getting towards the tail end of that season. If you sit outside now, you got to wear flannel or a sweatshirt for the most part. But man, it's a great place. I like it, but yeah, parking can be a challenge.
Well, if you haven't been over there yet, I highly recommend you go check out both of those places. I know that Aroma Artisan Pizza is over there as well.
Yep.
I know they're going to be opening a martini bar over there, which is pretty cool. So I really think this is an awesome development, and I can't wait to see when it's finished because it's not even done yet.
No, there's more things planned for that area. So I like the development, for everybody who says nowhere to go.
There are plenty of cool places to go.
Get out, look around, open your eyes.
Try something new.
That's right. It's Brain and Courtlin on 98.1 K-Hawk. 98.1 K-Hawk, Ella Langley and Riley Green, and you look like you love me. Good morning. It's Brain and Courtlin on a Friday morning. And it's time for our latest First Responder Friday winner.
We love honoring area first responders. So
we certainly do. Thanks to Wild Hogs and Honor and Respect for sponsoring this.
And just a reminder, we are always taking new entries for this. So if you haven't sent one in yet, take a few minutes and do that this morning. It's not that long.
Nope. Easy to do right there on the K-Hawk app. And congratulations to our winner today.
His name is Kevin Myers. And he was nominated by Jenna Myers. And the entry says, Kevin is a member of the Farley Fire Department. His grandfather, father, and brother were all also members, and he has unselfishly followed in their footsteps. Kevin is on the fire department for the sole purpose of helping others. He is always helping at the station as a handyman and gives up time with his family to help those in the community. He never desires recognition, but he more than deserves it. We are so proud of you, Kevin.
Well, he's getting the recognition today.
Isn't
Congratulations.
that so sweet. And I love the photo, too, of him fishing.
Yes. Congrats, Kevin Myers, our winner on a First Responder Friday. We're going to get you gift cards to both Wild Hogs in Walford and to Honor and Respect. Make sure and share Kevin's winning entry. We have that up on the K-Hawk Facebook page.
Blow up his phone this morning if you know him.
That's right. Let him know he's our winner. Congratulations, Kevin. And yes, if you have a deserving first responder in your life, nominate them using the 98.1 K-Hawk app. Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Beer never broke my heart. Good morning. It's Brain and Courtlin. And last hour, I was giving Courtlin some grief about her not planning on raking the leaves in her backyard.
Not even not planning on it, but I've never done it.
Never done it.
I've never done it since I've lived in this house, and I think this month marks 6 years that I've lived there.
Okay. So I said that I traditionally have raked some leaves. I've also mulched them before with my mower if there weren't a ton of them. Mm-hmm. And I've always heard that that's good for your yard. I always heard that if you have too much leaf coverage in your yard, if you leave it there over the winter, it can inhibit the grass growth the next year. But
my grass is fine.
Okay. All right. And now you're getting back up from the Michigan Department of Natural Resources. They came out and are actually encouraging residents not to rake their leaves this fall.
Oh, wait a minute. So you're saying that I was right.
I'm saying in this particular, I
was right.
I don't believe you're right.
And
I think
you were wrong.
I think you and your entire state are completely off on this. But anyway.
My entire state, as if I'm responsible for everything that happens in Michigan.
You're not, but the Department of Natural Resources is wrong. They sent an email out last week that said if raking and bagging fall leaves is an outdoor chore you dread, skip it. Lots of bugs and critters use those leaves in the winter, either hiding amongst the foliage or eating it.
Well, I don't...
That's perfect, Courtney.
I don't want to think about bugs living in my backyard,
Yay, just what you need, more spiders.
Hey, in the winter, I don't go back there anyways, so.
If you prefer a tidy
yard. None of my
yard,
business what the bugs are doing.
They suggest raking most of your leaves up, but skipping the ones around trees and bushes. They say those are the most important ones to leave.
Okay, well, my whole backyard is trees and bushes, so.
So I Googled this very question online, and it's amazing the variety of answers you get. It's 50-50 on the websites I've seen. Some people are quoting this story. Others are quoting the information I had always been told, which is it's not good to leave the leaves there.
I just feel
over the winter.
Sweet validation.
Okay. All right. So we're looking for your input now. If you're not a resident of Michigan and have been sent this horrible email from the DNR, let us know. You can message us in the K-Hawk app or give us a call at 365-3698. And I don't want some leaf removal business calling us and saying, Braden, Courtlin, you got to get those things out of there.
Here's my thought process.
Yeah.
If you're bothered by all the leaves in my backyard, you are more than welcome.
I don't care. It's your backyard.
You are more than welcome to come to my house and rake them up for me.
For the health of your yard. You don't care about what your yard looks like?
My backyard?
Yeah.
No, Tater's back there digging holes anyway.
Okay. All right. I guess.
That's Tater's space. It's none of my business what happens.
It is your business. You live there.
I don't care.
Oh, my God.
Listen, my yard has been fine for the past 5 years, and it will continue to be fine.
Okay. Leaf experts, call us. Leave them, rake them, mulch them, burn them. Tell us what we should do. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding about the burning, of course.
Just set my whole yard on fire?
Yeah. Brain said I could do it.
We're going to get a call from the fire department.
We probably are now. It's Brain and Courtlin on 98.1 K-Hawk. K-Hawk and Jason Aldean with Crazy Town. Brain and Courtlin on a Friday morning. And we've got more tickets to give away for you to go see Parker McCollum. Parker going to be in Cedar Rapids at the Alliant Energy Powerhouse Arena on Saturday night, February 22nd.
And we're making you sing one last time, a little karaoke with a Parker McCollum song.
Yeah, I mean, I really think we've kept this pretty easy. I mean, we give you the chorus of today's song, and all you have to do is correctly sing, and we stress sing, the next line. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Here we go.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I think I know what the next couple of words are. Got to give it to us in your best singing voice. 365-3698 or hit the call us button using your 98.1 K-Hawk app. Caller 10 gets to sing right now.
Let's do it.
Here we go for Parker McCollum tickets with your country concert leader, 98.1 K-Hawk.
City, it's Brain and Courtlin.
Someone singing for Parker McCollum tickets.
K-Hawk, good morning. You are caller number 10. Who's this and where are you calling from?
This is Aubrey from Cedar Rapids.
Hi, Aubrey. Let's sing. Here is your clip once again.
All right. Burn it down to the smoldering coal.
Look at that. She started and she's like, oh, no, I can do better.
You did great.
You are a winner. You're going to see Parker McCollum in Cedar Rapids. Way to go.
Thank you.
Way to go, Aubrey.
The funniest thing about this is that off the air, when Brain was picking the clip, he's like, I didn't even know those were the words.
I mean,
I said, what did you think they were?
All I hear when I hear that song is burn it down. And I'm like, okay, Parker, I get the point. You want to burn it down. So congratulations to Aubrey. And once again, tickets pre-sale for Parker. Cedar Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Post Malone and Blake Shelton, there's Pour Me a Drink. It's Brain and Courtlin on a Friday morning. The weekend is here. The weather looks great, which means no excuses for not getting out and having some fun this weekend.
Well, there's a ton of Halloween festivities going on this weekend.
We're just going to run down a few of the highlights, info on these and all kinds of other great activities on the free to download 98.1 K-Hawk app. Let's talk comedy, shall we? Tonight, at the Alliant Energy Powerhouse in Cedar Rapids, Gabriel Iglesias. Fluffy's in town. 8 o'clock show tonight over there at the Alliant Energy Powerhouse Arena. Tickets, I believe, are still available, and the link on our app.
So also happening this weekend is a big Halloween bar crawl in downtown Cedar Rapids. Lots of stops on there. Bricks, Fat Wally's, Hazard, Keg Bar, Midtown Station, Pub 217. The list goes on. That kicks off at 4 o'clock on Saturday and goes until midnight. So chances are you're going to see a lot of people in costumes on Saturday night.
Yes, you will. Hey, speaking of fun stuff to do, Halloween related, there is an interactive Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is going on at the Cedar Rapids Public Library tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Prop bags will be provided. Costumes, of course, are encouraged. Tickets are available 1 hour before the show on a first-come, first-served basis. And if you know anything about the Rocky Horror Picture Show, you know why it's an 18 and over event only.
Yeah, there's really no way to clean up that movie.
No. But what an amazing time that'll be tomorrow at the Cedar Rapids Public Library.
Well, if you don't want to go to the one at the public library, there are some other options too. There's also Rocky Horror Picture Show interactive showings at Nubo City Market tonight and tomorrow. And the Englert Theater in Iowa City has a showing of the Rocky Horror Picture Show on Saturday night.
A different kind of event happening on Sunday. Of course, it's Dogoween.
Spooky.
I'll be at the Tysons on 51st Street Northeast. I know they're also doing this down at the Coralville Tysons location as well. Dress up your dog. You can also dress up as a companion and have a team kind of costume deal. Registration $10 per dog. All of the proceeds go to the Cedar Valley Humane Society, which is always really cool. So it's a fun event. Gets underway at 3 p.m.
Brain's going to be there too.
I'll be there at 1, missing the Packer game. Or will I?
No, you can watch it on your phone. I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's very true.
And then another event this weekend is happening over at the Amana Colonies RV Park and Event Center. It is a huge market called the Find and Flourish Market. That's today and tomorrow. Admission is $5 for ages 13 and up. I know they're going to have food trucks there. They're going to have music. They're also going to have vendor trick-or-treating for the kids, which should be fun. So if you want to do a little shopping this weekend, you can go over to the Amanas.
Just a few of the many activities going on throughout the corridor in all of Eastern Iowa here on a great October fall weekend. If you want details on those and more, go to the 98.1 K-Hawk app. It's Brain and Courtlin at K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Shabuzi and a bar song, Brain and Courtlin on a Friday morning. Country Quickies on the way at about 8:10. New music. We'll preview all the singles and albums out in country music today. But we told you we had concert news. A tease of a tease. Here's the tease. We have concert news coming up on Monday morning.
And it's concert news for the Great Jones County Fair.
It's finally here. We finally have a show for the 2025 Great Jones County Fair that we'll be able to tell you about Monday morning at 7:20.
Now, Brain, I don't know if this has happened to you, but over the course of the past few months, I have had a lot of people ask me, do you know who's coming next year? Do you know who's coming? Who's coming? We had no idea until yesterday.
Yeah, it's one of the most popular questions that we get asked because...
As if we could actually tell you.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know until they tell us, and we just learned this very recently. Yesterday, as a matter of fact. So we will tell you on Monday morning at 7:20 the first headlining act for the 2025 Great Jones County Fair.
It's so hard to keep a secret.
And as always, we will give you a chance to win the very first pair of tickets, track tickets to that show when we make the announcement. Okay?
Okay.
You got to hold it in for a whole weekend.
I know. It's so hard, though, because all weekend while I'm at work, people are going to be asking me.
Well, yeah, the cat's out of the bag now. Now they know that we know. And now that they know that we know, that they know we know.
What is this, an episode of Friends?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, set your alarms. Get ready. Monday morning at 7:20, we will have Great Jones County Fair. Concert news with your country concert leader, 98.1 K-Hawk.
It's a new Music Friday on Country Quickies. Here's Brain and Courtlin with the music and the other country music news of the day on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Yeah, we'll start off with Jelly Roll. Why not? Guy makes headlines wherever he goes. We brought you the story yesterday about how while his Beautifully Broken tour made a stop in Little Rock, Arkansas, Jelly explained that he was opening a tab at a downtown fried chicken restaurant called Gus's Chicken. So anybody that wanted to come in and grab dinner while Jelly Roll was in town, he was going to pick up the tab. And boy, did he ever. You want to guess how much Jelly Roll spent on chicken yesterday?
A lot?
Well, the bill alone was $11,268, and then he tipped $7,500. So his bill was just under $19,000.
That's fine.
So Jelly Roll leaving a 65% tip on an $11,000 bill. That is how you roll. I love it.
Wow.
Jelly Roll, every story we do about him seems to be about him just making people feel good. And that's what I love the most about the guy.
And making people eat good as well.
I would love to have some of that chicken, but I was in the wrong town, sadly.
Well, let's get to some bad news. A Brett Young show seems like a pretty unlikely place for a brawl, but he did have to pause his show for not one, but multiple fights last week at a show in Detroit. Thanks a lot, Detroit.
Thank you.
The fan film clip shows Brett standing on stage looking surprised, and then he says, be right back, and walks off stage. He came back. He said he couldn't believe people were fighting in a Brett Young show. You know, most of his songs are ballads and songs about his daughter.
Maybe they were really emotional.
He said, you guys, you have my full permission to not, and I can't believe I'm saying this, get in any more fights tonight. Please, I love you. Let's play some music. He then resumed his set. I don't know what the heck happened that you would be fighting at a Brett Young show.
I don't know.
But it had to be pretty serious.
I don't know. All right, let's get to new music. Coincidentally from Brett Young in just a few minutes, which is strange. But we'll start off with albums. A big one out today, and it's Kelsey Ballerini's new album called Patterns. It has 15 songs. Songs you've heard on there before include her current single at country radio, which is Cowboys Cry 2 with Noah Kahan. Also, I believe the song First Rodeo has also been released, so you can check it out. New from Kelsey Ballerini called Patterns. And also, Brian Kelly just keeps throwing out music, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. He has a brand new album out today, 12 songs. The name of the album, Ed and Mary Margaret's Son. And the album cover is a picture of his parents. It's pretty cool. Check that out.
Okay, so new songs out today. We've got a new one from Maren Morris called People Still Show Up. Priscilla Block has released a very romantic song called He's My Man. And then we got new songs from, like you mentioned, Brett Young. His is called Kiss to Forget, and it's the second song that he's released in recent weeks. So here's what that one sounds like. Doesn't that song make you want to throw a punch?
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, boy, I love fighting to that kind of music. What?
And finally, we also have a new song out today from Jordan Davis, who just keeps cranking out the hits. That one is called Know You Like That, and here's what it sounds like.
You cut off jeans and gasoline. You had to think for things that don't last. I don't know you like like this, but he don't know you like that.
Man, Jordan Davis.
He's on a roll right now. I
He
tell you
really
what.
is, and he's so underrated. And that's it.
He's going to be one of those stars like in a couple of years where you look back and you're like, okay, everything he put out was a hit. No wonder he's selling out shows.
Yeah, and he's got a great beard, so.
Very true. Heavy into the beard oil. That's what I hear. Those are your quickies this morning. It's Braden Courtlin on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Tyson's Home Farm Auto is the proud sponsor of Brain and Courtland's Furry Friday. We now introduce you to another adoptable dog or cat from a local shelter on 98.1 K-Hawk.
It's Braden Courtland on another Furry Friday, being joined in studio by Linda with Dogs Forever. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh my gosh. And over here, sticking his gigantic head where the treats used to be is Oscar.
Oscar really does have a head like a brick, and I think that's partially because he is a French bulldog mix. He's got the ears, and he's also got the excitability.
He's pretty excited this morning.
He is. He knows where the treats are, and he's trying to get them.
He's sneaky.
To say that he's treat motivated would be a bit of an understatement at this point in time. Linda, talk about Oscar. First of all, we know he's got some bulldog in him. What else?
Well, we think that he is French bulldog blue heeler mix.
Wow.
He's 4 years old.
You're
He's very
really-
handsome.
He is handsome.
He has lots of energy. He loves to play ball and play with toys. He also is really good on a walk once he settles in.
He knows where the
He
treats
knows
are.
where you're going to have a lock on that treat door, I'm afraid, too.
He likes other dogs, but we think he likes the ladies a little better.
Oh,
He passed his
Oscar.
cat test, which is wonderful.
You're a
That's
ladies'
awesome.
man.
Yeah, you passed your kitty test. Yes, you did.
You're a good boy.
So he's like, he has a lot of energy. So he really, we're looking for a home with a fenced yard for him so he can run and play
Sure.
safely.
Yep.
How does he do with kids?
I think that he'd be fine with probably older kids because he's got quite a bit of energy.
Yes,
so
he does.
He might knock the little ones over.
And he's like you said, 4 years old. He's kind of like a medium. Other than his head, he's like a medium-sized dog.
Yeah, he's
love-
about 40 pounds.
Yeah.
He's got a nub tail too, and then right at the end of the nub tail is a little bit of fluff. It's so cute. I don't think I've ever seen a dog that looks like Oscar
No,
before.
Oscar is original, that's for sure.
One of a kind.
Just adorable.
Yeah, so Linda, if folks are interested in finding out more about Oscar or adopting him, we're obviously going to have some photos and video up on the Facebook page, but where else can folks go?
You can go to our website, dogsforever.org. Under Adopt, there is a list of adoptable dogs, and you can see Oscar as well as our other wonderful dogs. You can also meet Oscar on Saturdays from 10 to 2 at Dogs Forever, 809 Rockford Road, Southwest in Cedar Rapids.
He knows sit, and he takes that treat very delicately.
He's very treat motivated.
Yes, he is.
A very good eater, as you can imagine, too.
Oh, you're a good boy. Well, Linda, thanks so much for bringing Oscar up. He is super fun, full of energy. If you want a dog that is on the go with you all the time, Oscar's your man.
Thanks for having us.
Yep. It's Braden Courtland on a Furry Friday at K-Hawk. It's number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. This is My Dirt. That's the latest from Justin Moore. It's Braden Courtland. Well, listen, if you've ever seen us out and about, one of our favorite activities from time to time is to sing a little karaoke.
One of us sings more appropriate songs than the other.
Listen, it's not my fault that that's how I was raised. Singing dirty lyrics for the world to enjoy. No, I'm just kidding. However, there is a new place, a karaoke bar. I think this is fantastic. And it's opening tonight, correct?
Yes, tonight is their grand opening. They're having a Halloween party tomorrow. It's called Studio 6, and this is over on First Ave across from the Alliant Energy Powerhouse.
Okay.
It's where SCO used to be.
Okay.
If you remember, it was a short-lived restaurant, but they had great nachos.
You and I had some tacos there once, and they were amazing. I agree.
Oh, I ate there more than once.
Okay. Well, anyway.
But they're gone. Studio 6 is in. And this is a cool place because it's not just, we have a karaoke host every night.
Okay.
They actually have karaoke booths inside the restaurant.
Okay, now again, explain to me what a karaoke booth is.
It kind of looks like a little recording studio.
Oh my gosh.
They've got a TV in there where you can pick your song and the lyrics will show up, and then there's a couple of microphones in there, and then you get a little booth and there's a big window, and so everybody can see and hear you singing in your little booth.
That's I've never experienced anything like that before.
No, neither have I.
Wow.
So
okay.
I'm kind of excited about this.
Well, listen, you are much more adept at karaoke than I am, but this sounds like a place where you get some friends together, you go in, you have yourself a fantastic time.
And they do have food there as well. It's not a very big menu, but it's like snacks and handheld things and flatbreads.
Okay, I'm looking at the recording booth, and that is so cool.
I know, isn't it awesome?
It does look like you're in a little recording studio. Okay. Well, hey, check it out. Studio 6 Karaoke Bar is opening tonight. Now, what are their hours going to be going forward?
It looks like on Google it's 7 to close Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
But it could change.
Yeah. Well, check it out. If you're into karaoke, this is definitely a place you want to visit. Once again, downtown Cedar Rapids. Get all the details on Studio 6, the new karaoke bar in downtown Cedar Rapids on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. Cedar Rapids, number 1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. New from Jason Aldean, that's Whiskey and Rake. It's Brain and Courtlin, and it's all about the dogs on Sunday. It's time for Dogoween at Tyson's.
I'm so jealous that you get to do Dogoween this year because you also got to do it last year. So now that's 2 years in a row that I don't get to see any dogs in costumes. So you better take some pictures.
There will be pictures taken. You can also come out and watch Dogoween. I know they always encourage the public, even if you don't know somebody who's in the costume contest, come on out, have some popcorn, and stay for the contest. It gets underway at 3 p.m. on Sunday.
And pet all the pups.
Yes. Yeah, the ones that will allow you anyway. I love the ones that are just like sitting there in their costume going, can you believe that they put this on me?
I'm just always amazed at how well behaved some of these dogs are because they have to sit there in costumes all day, and it just doesn't even bother them.
So I'll be at the Tyson's off of 51st Street Northeast in Cedar Rapids. You can start bringing out your dogs, get them registered for the costume contest, $10 per dog. All that money goes to the Cedar Valley Humane Society, and then the costume contest gets underway at 3 Sunday afternoon.
You getting your witty banter ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of reined it in over the years.
Hello, folks. I'm Brain. Welcome to Dogoween.
I realize they're there to see the dogs and not to hear what I'm saying. So I just want to get the dogs' names right. That's my main concern.
Yes, and the breeds. Some of the breeds, I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'll be just like, look at this beautiful animal. Stop on out to Tyson Sunday afternoon for Dogoween on 98.1 K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids, number 1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Lies from Morgan Wallen. Brain and Courtlin wrapping up a Friday, getting ready for the weekend.
What are you doing this weekend? Anything fun?
Yeah, I don't really have anything planned.
No
obviously.
Halloween spooky activities?
No, not really. Obviously Dogoween, of course, at the Cedar Rapids Northeast Tyson's on Sunday. I don't know what we're doing. It's going to be a really nice fall weekend. I know last weekend Holly and I got out and checked out some of the fall colors. I might try. Carly mentioned wanting to go out and try and do that this weekend. So maybe if there's anything left after the wind and the rain, we'll check that out. What about you? Anything fun going on?
I work tonight and tomorrow downtown. So it'll be.
You are going to see it all.
It'll be interesting.
Now you're going to be dressed up Saturday night?
Yes, Saturday night. I am dressing as Judge Judy. So if you see me DJing, I will have a gavel.
That's right. Don't mess with the law when it comes to Judge Judy.
I think it's going to be a fun weekend. I'm excited. All the bartenders are dressing, I believe, as Nightmare Before Christmas characters. So I will not fit the theme in any way.
You are going to see so many just wonderfully strange things downtown and elsewhere at Halloween parties this weekend. So it should be fun. All right. We have to choose and announce our final listener lunch winner in the month of October. Can you believe the month is already gone?
I cannot. Who are we taking?
So congratulations to Sam and her coworkers at Quality Auto in Marion going to Moss Margaritas with us next Tuesday.
Sweet.
Yes. Enjoying all the queso, all the guac, anything on the menu. It's all up for grabs, minus the drinks, but
Yeah. Well, you can buy those for yourself if you want.
You really could.
If your work allows it.
Okay. So congratulations to Sam and everybody else at Quality Auto in Marion. That means next week we'll announce our final listener lunch location, where we're going in November.
It's so weird.
And then 2024 is a wrap.
That's wild.
Man. All right, dad joke to get us out of here for the weekend.
All right, Brain, I picked this one out specifically for you.
Okay.
What do Jedi trees say to each other in the fall?
What do Jedi trees say to each other in the fall?
May the forest be with you.
May the forest. I was thinking of what word could I substitute? May the forest be with you. I like it.
I thought you'd appreciate it.
All right, everybody have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday morning. Don't forget, we'll have Great Jones County Fair Country Concert News Monday at 7:20. We're going to have some special guests in studio. It's a big deal.
It's going to be so fun.
See you then. Until then, have a great weekend. So long.